it's not just about the end, where to find it. It's what should you look for and how do you know?
So hello, in this Checkout Scout tent, I'm joined by Christine Russo, who's coming to us from New York City, and she is a retail and e-commerce consultant. Hello, Christine, thanks for joining us.
Hi, Martin.
Great to see you. Now, we're very pleased that you could join us and give us a perspective from your side of the Atlantic, which I think would be fascinating for the users of Checkout Scout. But can you start with just giving us a little bit of a background to yourself and what you currently do?
I'm a former global development executive for retail, expanding brands around the world. My focus for the past 3 years has been, how do I take the best solutions technology-wise and bring that to businesses that want to grow? And that couldn't have been more appropriate than with this COVID challenge, where many stores needed to pivot and grow and change strategy and adapt strategies. So now I'm a retail influencer and technology advisor to small, medium-sized businesses and brands that want to grow and have enterprise-level features.
Tell us a little bit about what you see now as the challenges with the group that you're advising. What are they confronting? What have they got to get done in this amazing year of 2021?
Well, 2021 is going to be very bullish. There's going to be a lot of discretionary spending. With that, supply and sourcing is really tough and remains tough. We hear it in the media, and it's affecting everybody. There's from top to bottom in terms of business scale. Not just what happened in the Suez. We've got a lot of backup at our own port in LA, and production is still catching up. So being out there, always looking for fresh new product for your customers, if you're a multi-brand store, for example, is kind of top of mind right now. You want to make sure you're always having freshness. People are basically emerging out of hibernation. And when they come to you, you want to blow them away. Sourcing follows data. Data is given to you when you engage and you have access to AI. If you're starting there and you're being kind of using that information to then help you go find things, it's not just about the end, where to find it. It's what should you look for and how do you know? What should a company do? They need to look backwards. They need to look current, again, pre-post. They need to use data from the past, their POS. They need to look at what they have, make sure it's moving, present, and then forward look. And that's no man's land and has been forever. That is a very big differential, because the more e-com data you have, the more you can forward look. And also prices have come down. Consumer sentiment data is cheap now.
What is a good solution starting to look like? I assume it starts with the data. What kind of advice are you giving to clients to make the best of that?
So using the data as your guardrails, you go out into market and you buy into these areas where you're going to flow the goods as quickly as possible. In women's apparel, we're looking for a very high level of turn. So you want to have enough newness coming in and enough of the current product going out at such a rate that you're able to maintain high profitability.
Is that achievable? I assume that many retailers have got a similar idea. So is there a lot of competition for the best fresh lines of product that you're sourcing?
There's a long tail approach to retailing now, where it's not just one story. It's not just one series of brands that need to be available. You can look at it another way as niche retailing. So you can carve out your community, your people that want to see certain freshness of product from you. That's relatively unique. I mean, the amount of brands and product available has grown exponentially over COVID. So many people started their own brands. So access to brands is there for your customer.
And in terms of some of the solutions, because one of the things we try to do on Checkout Scout is be very specific about the tech vendors and providers and suppliers. So what kind of tech solutions in e-commerce are you seeing that actually help your customers and your clients get where they need to be?
I like to break down retail e-com into pre-purchase, purchase, post-purchase,
Right.
as a roadmap for the retailer to focus. Because right now there are so many different technology solutions coming at them. There's a sort of overwhelming feeling, where do I start? So now working backwards, in e-com, post-purchase has become incredibly important.
Right. That's a good tip. We'll make a note of that one. Did you have anything for our viewers as a kind of software or tech tip for post-purchase or another part of the chain?
Well, post-purchase is where you can and should layer on. Basically, you have return options that can be white labeled for a company. You know, it could look like it's your own service, but they're taking care of it. Or you partner with some of the ones that are here where you can go to any of the FedEx offices.
Give us an example of a company that's doing something very interesting in shipping.
So we have a company that started with same-day delivery that now is doing sub-1 hour delivery using data. And the company name is Ohi, like oh hi. The website is shipohi.com.
So yeah, with all your experience, Christine, what other interesting e-com tech or software providers have you got that you could give us a tip about?
I have two others that I really like. The first one is actually based in the UK. It's called advancedcommerce.io. The founder is a 18-year veteran from another company and wrote code to basically curate. It's called merchandise, the e-com site. Every individual would have their own curated page based on their technology. So wherever you live, it could be cold, it could be hot, whatever your tendencies are. You like color, you like neutrals. And it goes deeper than that, whether you like high price point. So when you go to a Shopify site and you set up your site, yeah, they allow you to sort price highest to lowest, maybe most frequently searched. But this is next level technology. Advanced Commerce has 4 options of adoption where you can layer on, you know, kind of the entry level technology all the way up to building it right into your built e-com site for enterprise. Wow. I really like their technology. Merchandising of e-com is a very overlooked part of the business.
Okay, I think you might have something else for us.
Yeah, so I have another one called Hot Wax Commerce. And this is for enterprise level retail that has multiple locations, warehouses, etc. And they route the fulfillment to the best location based on the information they have from your you working with them. So it's data driven. You place your inventory in the right place based on data going into the business, and then once it's there, you are cutting down on delivery times because you're closest to the company. And I hope at some point we can have a revisit on micro fulfillment, local fulfillment, and nano fulfillment, because that is what's driving retail right now incredibly.
Wow. Well, on that note, nano fulfillment, that's a phrase we need to get used to. It's been a fascinating few minutes talking to you, Christine. I'm going to say thanks very much indeed, and we'll be talking to you again soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.
My pleasure.